Hi, my name is David Boje. I'm a professor. Reason, like Ines Cantor, I believe that they're engaged. I want to talk to you about China and the forced labor situation going on in China and Uyghur. Uyghur are some Turkish Muslims, about 1 million of them that are in concentration camps. And the forced labor works as follows. Sometimes in that part of China, the factories will locate right in the concentration camp. Other times, after a lot of indoctrination and torture, abuse, rape, and pillage, people are graduated out of the concentration camps into factories, such as Nike's factories making shoes and apparels, particularly in the apparel industry and electronic industry. So this is all about forced labor. And I want to talk to you as a business professor how the audit trail is fraudulent, made fraudulent by Nike, and it's not true storytelling. First, a little bit about the Nike timeline and my involvement. Sort of in the early 1990s, I got involved in writing a lot of articles about all of the claims and allegations about modern day slavery happening in Indonesia, in Vietnam, and later in China. And hats off to Ernst Cantor, who plays for the Celtics, who's raising the issue again of modern day slavery. And Nike's reticence concerning this quality of the audits and social compliance. They're paying, it costs them about $1,000 or more for the factories to look the other way. And firms are actually buying software, the contractors to Nike in China, for example, buy software, and they can duplicate 3,000 workers in 30 minutes on false records. And the Uyghur genocide is happening as 1 million Turkish Muslims are put in concentration camps. And again, hats off to Ernst Cantor for wearing these shoes. And I've stopped wearing Nike shoes. And we need to end the Uyghur genocide that's happening in China. Here shown in the western portion of China. And people go into concentration camps, and about 1 million of them in these camps, and they go through kind of propaganda training, and their language, their children are separated from them, men and women are separated, and then eventually the men and women are bussed out to factories around China, particularly in the apparel and electronic industry. And here you see kind of the flow, the supply chain as they go through these factories. There's new footage that shows that the Uyghurs are being bussed as forced labor throughout China. So this is not something I'm making up, but these are conditions that have gone on a long time. And whenever the critics like myself raise an issue about this, or there's demonstrations, Nike will say, okay, we're going to look into it, we'll send our auditors in. But the auditors are using software to generate false reports. There's also a whole bunch of consultants. So these statements by Nike that they're doing something about forced labor are pretty bogus. The consultants train the suppliers to what the audits are going to measure, what the restrictions are, and since these audits are pre-announced, and they happen every 1 and 3 years in the factories, that's the first claim, that Nike has resolved the situation. However, despite Nike's claims that 68% of their factories get a bronze or better, or 72% of the Nike brand isn't involved, and the Fair Labor Association that they are part of is mediating all of this stuff, I don't wear Nike shoes anymore since 1996 when I started to get involved in all of this. And I try to train my students to look at the facts, look at the true storytelling, and not get persuaded by the propaganda that Nike puts out and the false audit reports that now they got AI software to produce these reports. And as I said, consultants training people how to get away with filing these false reports. It's amazing that Nike claims that 223 schools are being set up, that they're introducing people to the rah-rah sports programs and its Fair Labor Association, International Labor Organization, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But when you look at Uyghur lives, and those lives do matter, a lot of exploitation. There's complete genocide going on as China goes for a one culture orientation, one language orientation. And this is why I'm producing this film today. And I want to do something about the situation. And I suggest the thing that we could do is to boycott Nike again. And I want to thank you very much. Thank you very much.